Another thing we can do with page images is we can focus in on figures or tables in those images and mine information from those. This is a particularly useful technique if you do a lot of work with quantitative sources that are printed in historical publications. So for example, things like historical economics or historical sociology, you sometimes find that you want to pull tables of data that have been printed into old books and scanned, so you have a picture of a table or a graph. We can do this with graphs also, but you don't necessarily have the data in machine readable convenient format. So here what we're doing is we're going to take a picture of a table image. This comes from the Mathematica demonstration. We're going to take a picture of a table image, and that is stored in the symbol table image. And we can use image processing to recognize the grid lines on that image, and then we can hand it off. Just a sec, so I'll show you what this looks like. So basically what we've done is we've got a little command here called get grid lines, and it's finding these horizontal and vertical lines that separate the fields, the cells in this table of data, and we've put a little red dot there to show where each of those cells is. And remember that once you've recognized a particular region or rectangle, you can do text recognize just within that region. And so what this is doing is it splits the table into a lot of little cells, and then it uses text recognize to grab the contents of those. So here is the data, or here are the data that have been extracted from this table right here. And if we compare a particular cell, so let's take, for example, the first one, United States, the first column, 316,234,505, 316,234,505. So we can look through our data that we've extracted, and we can make sure that it corresponds to the printed table. And then the final step is to import it into a data set so that we can then do all of the things we know how to do with data set on this data. Now, of course, since we've got it in a form that's already set for comma separated values, we could also export it to a file and use some other tool like Microsoft Excel with it. We can do things like extracting particular rows, and we can take a part of our image and compare the picture of the data with the values that are actually in our spreadsheet to make sure that we haven't got any errors there. We can also do things like compute totals and use those to make sure that the data are the same as the totals that are printed in a table.